boys and girls. Today we are going to be looking back at our chart on ways to revise letters and thinking about some of those strategies, including saying something, then sharing what it reminds us of, including lists, and describing where things happen. So I'm going to take a look at my letter to Cinderella and see if I first said something and then shared what it reminded me of. So let's see here. Dear Cinderella, how are you? Have your stepsisters been kinder to you since you married the prince? I hope so. What's it like living in the palace? Do you have to clean? I still live in an apartment and clean every week. It's so boring. Write back soon. Yours truly, Karen. Did I say something, then share what it reminds me of? Not so much. So I'm thinking, I think living in the palace reminds me of something. And I put that over here. What's it like living in the palace? And so I'm going to put a carrot. I would imagine there's lots of art. Almost like a museum. Uh-oh, I'm running out of space. I'll squeeze it since it's just one word. Do you have to clean? That makes sense. And it does talk about, I did say something, and share what it reminds me of. Now, did I include any lists? I didn't. So I'm thinking about this. I did say I have to clean every week. And I spent a good bit of time. I actually put a twin sentence talking about my feelings. It's so boring. And then I say a little more. I still live in the apartment and clean every week. I do laundry. Dust. Vacuum. Mop. And more. It's so boring. I like that list. It's much more descriptive. And the last one, did I describe where things happen? Kind of. I said my apartment, and I said the castle, but where are those? Now, I don't have to do this every time, so I'm just going to describe where my apartment is. Yeah. I still live in an apartment and clean every week. I do laundry, dust, vacuum, mop, and more. It's so boring. Lee. I want to write it here, but I am really out of space. I'm going to put a shape, really a square for this time. And I'm going to write on the back with a matching shape, kind of like a code. It's so boring. Get rid of this punctuation. But I'm lucky. But I'm lucky. Uh-oh. because my apartment is so close to the mountains. Now I've described where things happen. So I've done all three. Let's take a look at my whole letter. April 20th, 2020. Dear Cinderella, how are you? Have your stepsisters been kinder to you since you married the prince? I hope so. What's it like living in the palace? I would imagine there's lots of art, almost like a museum. Do you have to clean? I still live in an apartment and clean every week. I do laundry, dust, vacuum, mop, and more. It's so boring, but I'm lucky because my apartment is so close to the mountains. Right back soon. Yours truly, Karen. Much better. So I included all three types of revision, saying something, then sharing what it reminded me of. I included lists, and I described where things happen. You don't have to do all of them, but I do expect that you try at least one or two, at least. And you try to do it as neatly as you can. I don't expect it to be perfectly neat. I know that sometimes you're going to have to squeeze. I know sometimes you're going to have to use these teeny tiny lines or scribble or use a box and write on the back. Those things are okay. You might even need an extra page of paper. That's okay too. But do your best to revise your letters and make them as descriptive as possible. All right, that's all I've got for you today. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.